There's one thing that you can do that can really help you in a lot of different areas. It can help you be a better communicator. It can help you make your relationships better. It will allow you to work through anxiety and allow you to work through nerves and whatnot. And you just aren't going to do it. Why aren't you going to do it? Because I'm going to tell you about this awesome, amazing thing, and you're going to tell me, I don't have the time, I don't have the place, it just aggravates me, it's no fun for me, it doesn't work for me. Well, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to tell you about all these benefits of something, and you're going to tell me all these excuses, and then you're going to wonder why you're in the same place. Yeah, I'm calling you out. Why am I calling you out? Because you're tired of being stuck in the same situation, in the same place, in the same area, in the same routine over and over and over again, and you're not willing to do anything to change it. So let's do something different. Let's try something new, and let's do the one thing that's really going to help you in bigger ways, but you have to consistently do it. Remember, when I talk about consistency, I'm not talking about I have to do it every day at 5 p.m. No. Consistency, real consistency, is you doing it when you can, as often as you can, but really doing it when you can. So maybe you can only do this thing 3 times a week. That's fine. Maybe you would do it for 5 times a week and then you go a whole week not being able to do it. Well, fine, pick it up again. Pick the skill up again. It's not a big deal. Just keep going at it. Keep doing it, because what I'm going to tell you, what I'm going to say, and what you're probably going to want to just, click onto another video after I tell you what this magical thing is. It's simple, it's easy, everyone can do it, and it really does make a difference in your life, but you have to be willing to do it, and you have to get around your excuses. You keep falling into your excuses, you keep going into that same comfort zone, nothing's going to change. So, what is this magical thing? It's the same thing I've talked about in multiple videos, journaling. Yeah, so make your decision. Are you going to listen, or are you going to skip through the next video? I don't care. It's up to you. Change your life or not. So what are the benefits of journaling? It gets you out of your head. It allows you to work through your emotions. It helps you to communicate, and it allows you to see your issues from a different perspective. Why am I bringing this up, and why am I being semi-aggressive in the beginning of this video? Well, it's because A, this is something that is huge and transformational. Science has proven it. There are so many statistics showing that this is something that really helps you, that can help you just, completely change your world in a very positive way. And people are like, well, how is writing in a journal going to do anything for me? It's not just going to magically make my life better. Well, A, you don't know because you're not trying. B, it is going to magically make your life better, but it's not going to happen instantaneously, because I'm sorry, but life doesn't seem to work that way. And C, give it a chance. Just give it a chance. So let's talk about the benefits of journaling, and maybe you'll see where I'm coming from. Get you out of your head. How many times are you just stuck in your own head, trapped in there with all these thoughts of, I can't do this, I have to do this, this is preventing me, I have to. You probably already have all these excuses about journaling. You probably already have all these limitations and reasons for why you can't do things, for why you can't change your life, for why you can't get through what you know or the next phase that you want to be is. Well, guess what helps you see past all of that? Journaling. Why does journaling help you see past all that? Because it brings silence to your life. It brings stillness to your head. It allows you just to work through what you need to work through. It gets you out of your head and into reality. It helps bring you in the present. And when you are in the present, you're able to make decisions with a clear mind and a clear head, and you're able to do something different. Yeah, able to do something different. So get out of your head. Write all those limiting thoughts down. See maybe where they stem from. Figure out how to decode and recode yourself so you can say, you know what, I'm going to have that better life. Journaling allows you to do that. Journaling allows you to say, you know what, all these things I just wrote, they're not my truths. They're not me. This isn't who I am. This may be who I used to be. This might be how I've been raised, but this isn't me anymore. And then you can write down your truths, or you can speak your truths, or you can say your truths, whatever it is. Journaling gets you out of your head so you can be in the present, so that way you can change moment by moment what's going to happen in your life. It allows you to work through your emotions. Yes, we love to say, local life coaches and anyone who's into the spiritual healing community loves to tell you to lean into your emotions and experience them, which is a very real thing that you need to do. But working through your emotions through journaling is a slightly different experience, because when I'm writing in my journal, when I'm writing that I'm so freaking upset because, I'm tired of having to cook, and I'm tired of having to come up with a new dinner, and I'm just aggravated because I'm working so hard. what really I find out the more I journal is there's a part of me that is still worried and scared that there's not going to be a meal prepared for me unless I prepare it. Is that my reality? No. But is that something that my head likes to spiral into on occasion? Yeah, it is. And that's okay. Why do I know this though? Because I've journaled enough and I let myself just work through the emotion of being angry, and I found the source of my anger was in my childhood because I worked through it, because I verbalized it in written form on paper and allowed my head to process those emotions and that string all that together so that way I could realize I'm not really mad at my husband. I'm not. He does other things. I cook. What I was really upset about was my own insecurities. And that's something that I can work through. That is something I can do in the present moment to change my story, to change my situation. And that's okay. Helps you communicate. How does journaling help you communicate? Okay, so let's go back into this emotion thing. When you're experiencing emotions and you don't know how to communicate effectively, that affects all your relationships. It could be your work relationship, it could be a romantic relationship, it could be a friend relationship, it could be family relations. You need to be able to effectively communicate in order to have your boundaries heard, in order to be able to express your needs. Communication is huge in this world. So, how does it help you communicate? Because first, you learn to identify what it is you want and need for yourself. You learn how to write it down. You learn how to express it. You learn how to say, I am so mad right now because, and then you actually say it. You actually write it down. You have words to it. And there's times, I'm not going to lie, where I look at my journal and I'm blank because I'm like, I'm so angry right now. And all I can go is, A-H-H-H-H in my journal, all caps, underline, all the biz. I don't care. I do it because it helps me, A. But then after I get past that, I actually am able to express how I'm angry and what's going on. Or the same with sad. There's times where I'm just inexplicably sad about something that doesn't make sense to me. And my husband's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I don't know. I have to work through this. And then I get to it and I find out that I'm just feeling really burnt out and tired. And somehow that was, coming to me and being communicated to me through sadness. So then I can go back and I can tell my husband, hey, it's fine. I'm just tired and I probably need a good night's rest. And he feels better because now he knows it's not about him. Effective communication happens by writing through our emotions, happens by writing down our experiences. Because another thing that journaling allows us to do, it allows us to see things from a new perspective. It allows us to see another side of the issue that we probably haven't already seen because we were so in the issue. Yeah, it also aids in problem-solving skills. And this is huge because critical problem-solving skills is not anything any of us were ever taught in school. Unless you went to some highly cool school that taught you all the real life shit that you need instead of, just, Civil War, biology, the basics, and half the shit you don't even use on a regular basis. Critical thinking, critical problem solving skills, seeing outside the box, seeing outside your own worldview, seeing outside of what is happening to you in that moment can be done in journaling. How can this be done in journaling? Because when you write down the issue, when you write down the problem, you start to actually wonder where the, thing is stemming from, where it's all coming from. And you try to literally work it out because this is what your brain does naturally when you're journaling. It literally goes into almost a problem-solving mode because it's like, okay, well, now that we see A and now that we see B, we've never even considered what C was. And you start to see the line of events that creates everything. And then you're like, oh, well, A and B weren't actually the problem. A and B were symptoms. A and B were reactions to whatever, maybe F was. And maybe F was something that happened days ago that you didn't even realize you were still reeling from. Yeah, that's what journaling allows you to see. It allows you to see outside of your own spectrum because you're kind of seeing it from a third-party person perspective at that point. Even though it happened to you, even though you're the one writing it down, as you're writing it, you're able to actually see it from an outsider's point of view, and you're able to see it from a different angle. Now, maybe this outside perspective means you have to take more accountability for your own actions, or maybe you need to enforce your boundaries better, or maybe you need to do something different in order to make your reality different. This is the big thing. Journaling helps you see what you have control over. It allows you to see what it is you need to heal. It allows you to see what it is you still need to work through and what you can do in the moment and in the present. Because the past already happened, and the future is always just a second away. What makes a difference is what you do now in the moment. So you can make all these plans, and they're great, and having plans is good. Don't get me wrong, but plans are just plans. It's just talk. The past already happened, so we need to find the sweet spot in the middle. In the middle, in the now, is where we make our decisions. So maybe you are journaling, and maybe you do realize, I should probably say sorry. Say sorry in that moment to whoever you need to apologize to, even if it's just yourself. Especially if it's just yourself. Say sorry to yourself out loud. Maybe you're tired because you never have time to yourself because you're overworked, overburdened, your kids never leave you alone, your husband's always needing something from you, your mom's always needing something from you, your sister's always wanting something from you. Go take a walk. In that moment, realize you're overburdened, overtired, and take a walk. Even if it's just a walk up and down your driveway, give yourself that time. Maybe go to a park for a little bit. Whatever it is, give yourself that time in that moment. Because in that moment, you're doing something different. And in that moment, you're allowing yourself to do something different for yourself. And how did you figure out you needed to do this different thing? How did you figure out that this different thing was going to help you? Because you journaled. Because you got in touch with yourself, because you allowed yourself to see things from a different perspective, because you allowed yourself to actually communicate and express what it is you need, because you allowed yourself to get out of your head and see things from a different perspective. Journaling makes a difference. And yes, it's one of those things, it's not a one and done. It's something you have to continuously do. It's no different than going to the gym or changing your diet or anything else that takes time. You have to continuously do it. I journal multiple times a day, not just once a day, but multiple times a day. And if I don't journal a day, you know what? It's not the end of my world. Maybe on vacation. I don't really journal that much on vacation. Or maybe I just have a really busy day. It's not the end of the world. You know what? I just journal the next day. But you know what journaling allows me to do? It allows me to see the decisions that I'm making that are leading me to the path that I'm on, to lead me to the reality that I'm living in now. And it helps me see what I need to do differently to keep going to the reality I want to be in. Helps me see where that path is. Helps me see how I can get to my goal better in the moment. And that's how journaling changes your life. And that's how you change your life. That's how you start to see yourself differently. That's how you start to think differently, how you start to communicate differently, and how you start to understand your emotions differently. It's a beautiful thing to see, and you can do it. You just need to do it. So get out of our head, get out of the excuses. If you have an abundance of excuses and you want me to help you find the time for you to be able to journal, put it in the comments. I'll find that time for you, I promise. But you also need to do it. I can tell you, I can talk to you, I can do everything you want me to, but none of it matters until you do it. That's all I got for today. If you'd like some private coaching, there's a link in the description below. Thank you for watching my channel, and I will see you again soon.